Blue Beetle Graduation Day issue 2. Josh Trujillo and Adrian Gutierrez on the art. So Jaime has been banned from superheroing from the Justice League and is just working in a restaurant with his aunt over the summer, like he was told he was going to.
Yeah, and Palmyra City, so I thought that it was going to be somewhere in Texas, but it seems like it's somewhere in Southern California, judging from, the locales that he's talking about. And granted, it could be anywhere. Piers and sunsets aren't just, key to Southern California, but the way the street that he talks about the restaurant being on feels very much like Olvera Street in downtown Los Angeles. So I do love that it's keeping kind of that flavor of, Jaime's a Latin American guy, and the book's keeping that whole vibe still, even though it's out of El Paso, now it's in this new city. And he seems to be adjusting not so well, right?
No, he's miserable. He's not with his friends. He's sending them messages and basically just like complaining about the fact that he's got nothing to do and no one to be around. So he ends up going to Ted's building in the area to I don't know, just reach out to someone more than anything, and he gets attacked by what we're calling dynasties.
Yes,
as
dynasties. I'm just trying to say it like if she was a luchadora.
All right, I was like, is that actually how you might pronounce it, or are you just taking a stab in the dark?
I'm guessing that it's said with that kind of accent, right? Just because of where they're at and the way that it's spelled, So I'm imagining Penta saying it, and it would be something more akin to that than dynasties,
Okay.
But yeah, it's essentially a gold beetle, right? If he's Blue Beetle, this is a gold beetle. So
she showed up last issue, and she shows up to fight him here. Eventually, Ted comes in his Blue Beetle outfit to help fight her back. And what's interesting is the suit actually comes off of her, and we see what she looks like. And she's still kind of like, villainous. She still doesn't seem to want to cooperate. We also have Victoria Cord, Ted's sister, who's actually running the company, show up and meet Jaime for the first time. So it sets up that this is another teenager or someone who's been taken over by a scarab-like entity, and that's who's been fighting Jaime. And Ted's like, look, I'll give you a pass to come out of the building. You can hang out and have like a non-paying gig here, but for tax reasons we can't pay you anything.
I love that where he goes that he goes, you can come and work with me. I know you're kind of lonely at your aunt's restaurant, but for tax purposes it's an unpaid internship. It's very much blue and gold humor there. So
Ted's sister even gives him shit for hanging around with Booster. Ultimately all that really happens after that is that he goes back, not home, but like where he's staying just now at the restaurant, and his aunt is like, you're working a double shift tomorrow, but your friend showed up to see you, and he goes back outside, and who is it but Starfire? And the artist of this book has drawn her with a ridiculous amount of hair.
Yes. Definitely going for that Titans TV show vibe of the hair, like they have the curls and everything. So that's what I was getting.
Well, I think it's maybe like a mixture of hair, but also like the fire energy that comes off of her is like. But it's quite comical because it just looks like a huge amount of hair in that last page.
Well, because they tend to draw, people tend to draw Starfire like that with the bushy hair. So here, the fact that it was going more towards like ringlets and whatever, it does give it that appearance that there's way much more of it.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I pulled up Victoria Cord because I'm like, I'm not that familiar. I know Ted Cord for the most part. So turns out that Victoria Cord is going to be played by Susan Sarandon in the Blue Beetle movie that's coming out this summer. So I think this is the first appearance of Victoria Cord in the comics. So by the time this is wrapped up, that movie should be out. So I'm sure this is going to be a big character going forward.
Well, no, this will be finished before the movie comes out.
It's only 6 issues, huh?
Yeah, because the movie's coming out in the summer or something like that. Yeah, so
yeah, that's right. So,
if it does come out, like after the Batgirl movie, I'm not convinced it'll see the light of day. But
hey, I saw a movie poster for it at my local theater when I went to see the Fablemans.
Okay.
So, yeah. But no, I liked a lot of this with Jaime trying not to transform, but the scarab doing it anyways. And then you find out that this girl, that's Dynastis, her it seems like she has more of an open communication with her scarab. So I'm wondering if this is like, if this Reach war that's going on, maybe it's almost like a Civil War type deal, and that so these two scarabs on opposite sides, or something. But it just seems they're more in communication than Jaime is with his, because his is reverted back to speaking Reach, and he can't understand that. So
yeah, Starfire just shows up at the end and says the planet is preparing for war, and you're the only one who can stop it. So what Starfire knows, or why she's coming to recruit Jaime when the Justice League have said he's to stay grounded, I mean, I don't know. It was a reasonable enough read. Like it's much like the first issue. If it went in quick enough, it has a couple of moments of humor, but it's not a standout. Like, it's not a thing where if there was a lot of books I probably wouldn't keep up with it, but it was a light week, so
I like it. It's it's kind of what I'm looking for in a Blue Beetle book, and it's a quick read, so I don't have to think too much about it as I'm reading it. It's very action packed. I think the art is doing a lot of fun stuff with the Beetle, and
it's definitely it's cartoony. It plays with eye sizes and things. Like that last panel in the last page where it's Jaime's eyes are like bulging because what he's hearing. It's playing with some of those like more expressive characteristics and stuff, which is fine. It's a decent book. Like I'm not like over the moon with it. I'm not rushing to recommend it, but I'm also not mad at reading it either.
Yeah, no, not a lot of urgency to read it, but I'm still going to. It's fun.
All right, what you rating it?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah, let's go with a 7. I think just a straight 7 for me. It's good. It's not great, but it's good.